They say your energy introduces you even before you speak. The vibe which you exude is the vibe that you receive. Basically, body language is a very, very powerful tool in public speaking. Make sure you give the right energy to receive the right energy. Let's look at facial expressions as the first segment of public speaking in body language. So basically, your facial expressions should exude warmth. So never frown at your audience or carry a grim, serious expression. This can push people away. It can intimidate people. Make sure that you smile intermittently when you speak, or at least your face should express the exact emotion which your sentence is trying to convey. A smile exudes warmth, it exudes joy, and it makes the other person comfortable in the conversation. Posture is a very important segment of body language. They say 70 to 80% is conveyed through your body when you're trying to convey a thought. For example, if you're standing in front of an audience and addressing the audience, your feet should be slightly apart. If you decide to stand like this with your feet together, it automatically looks awkward. So keep your feet slightly apart and your hands placed comfortably in a comfortable clasp. Not too tight, not too firm, at the same time, not too loose. This is what makes for an interesting body language when you are standing and presenting to your audience. At the same time, posture is also important if you are having a communication while you're seated. Don't slouch. A hunchback indicates laziness. It also indicates lack of interest. So lean towards your audience, lean towards your listener. That indicates that you're interested. You're showing positive energy, enthusiasm, and yes, your posture conveys how serious you are about this entire presentation. Hands play a very important role in any kind of presentation. We undermine the use of hands when we are speaking to our audience. Basically, we really don't know sometimes what to do with our hands. It becomes very, very awkward. For example, keeping it by the side looks very, very weird. It looks as if you're in attention, not really comfortable. At the same time, crossing them like this together means closed communication. It also indicates that you're not a trustworthy person. So this is a big no. So what exactly should you do with your hands? Keep your hands comfortably placed one on top of the other and use them as required, regaining your composure or regaining your original posture as and when required. For example, if I'm trying to emphasize on a point, I can release my hands and emphasize on that point like this, or give a thumbs up like this, or say a no like this, and then place my hands back together. So use of hands as and when required, and then comfortably regaining my composure is how I prefer to use hands in communication. And trust me, it plays a very important role. Keeping yourself open to receiving and open to giving is very important, and posture, use of hands, body language play a very, very vital role in communicating your thought. Practice, practice, practice. It is very important that I emphasize here that great leaders or great speakers are not born, they are made. You need to put your best out there, and for that, there is a lot of work that happens in the background. You cannot expect that if you're not very skilled in this area, that suddenly out of the blue you go and stand in front of an audience and you do your best. That's never going to happen. Whether it is an interview or a presentation or a meeting, I would always emphasize that you practice what you're going to speak before you actually do it. Of course, there's a lot of spontaneity involved, but the practice that you put together and that you do will help you gain that necessary confidence in facing your audience. So make sure you know your content well. In fact, there are very many great speakers who practice for hours what they are going to present to their audience. So learn from the best, and definitely you will do your best.